You're back here with me on Chelsea Lou's vlog. And so I've been thinking about what to vlog about next, and I'm actually really excited and inspired about this one. It hit me in the middle of the night. Um, there's this thing that people say to me that my energy is different, it's unique, it pulls and draws people in, and I can just not be saying anything at all. So it makes it kind of difficult in my vlogs to communicate that whenever I'm just like talking about different topics and stuff like that that do inspire me. But seeing as like, for example, one of my good friends, like at karaoke, he was like, how could you just walk in the building and automatically be the star, right? And I was like, what? But I do know what he's talking about. I do work really hard and consistently to conserve my energy and to protect it, right? Here recently, I haven't always done that. I used to just be a big ball of empathy and just like, you know what I'm saying? Absorb everything. And so as I've gotten older, because I'm hitting 38, no, I just hit 38, let me not lie. I just wanted to share with people how I became magnetic, because I was not always that way. Magnetic, blah, 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 blah. See, I'm not even the best speaker all the time, but I'm a pretty decent writer, so that's why I take notes and everything. But, yeah, I have not always been that way, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and specifically at karaoke, it was like this guy that was singing this song that I've heard it like all my life growing up. My mom played this song, you know what I'm saying? It's like more in her era, but I heard it all the time, and I guess I just didn't realize how well I knew the song. But it was just like a Tracy Chapman song, and it was like, give me one reason to stay, and I'll turn right back around. I said, give me one reason to stay. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I was singing it a little bit too loud, and he heard me. And so, like, I guess, I don't know, he just started going around the room and asking. He didn't know the song as well as I did. So he went around the room asking random people to sing with the mic and stuff like that. And so eventually the DJ gave me my own mic. And I kind of quieted myself down so I could be more like backup or whatever. But yeah, it was awesome. That was like one of my awesome nights at karaoke. Anyway, this vlog is going to be entitled, and I'm going to break it up into three parts. And it's going to be called How I Went from Mousy Shy Energy to Angelic Unstoppable Walking Star. And you would see this more so like in person, you know what I'm saying? More people notice it in person. But, you know, I'm going to try to express it here on my vlog and share my secrets with you guys. But a lot of people assume that I've been this confident my whole life. That is not true at all. Literally in the 8th grade, I won Quiet as a Mouse award, and that was not anything to be proud of, y'all. Maybe it's like just something that the teachers appreciated, as I'm sure they would. But they didn't know that I dealt with very low self-esteem and that I stayed to myself because of severe childhood neglect. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bad. I was extremely shy, quiet, and honestly, I was afraid of the world. I've always been naturally empathetic, even as a kid, and I could feel other people's energy without knowing what it was. So you can see how that would be confusing, because I could go from being like up to like down. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really know how to control that. So that sensitivity overwhelmed me, so it made me very mousy, very quiet, and very, very withdrawn. In high school, I didn't have friends groups. I just had a few one-on-one friends who knew me personally. Hold on one second, y'all. And I'm back. Anyways, I just had friends that knew me personally. So I was not popular. I wasn't confident at all. In fact, I barely even spoke. I was mostly like a listener. So when people see me now, also in person, I'm more so like that too. I'll still be happy and bubbly and confident, but just I talk a lot less. But yeah, so when people see me now, confident and magnetic, see, I even have speech issues still. I used to stutter a lot. But yeah, they think I've always been like this, but I haven't though. Confidence is actually something that I had to learn. That's why I'm sharing this, because you can learn how to become magnetic, how to accept yourself, how to stay consistent even when the views are low, y'all. I don't let that get me down. I'll be like, oh, okay, that one was a flop. Maybe I'll focus on something else next time. Like, I really don't take stuff that personally these days. Some days I get hundreds and hundreds of views on my long form videos, and, you know, thousands on my shorts. And other days I may get like 5, like yesterday or day before yesterday, for example. But either way, I know that what I'm saying is good and it's helpful, and so I just keep going. So the first thing and the only thing that I'm gonna talk about today, because I'm gonna break it up so that it's less long, you know what I'm saying? I know that people have a short attention span these days. Because my poetry, like, it just goes, you know what I'm saying? That's because I tell a whole story in less than 3 minutes. But yeah, number one and the only point that I have today is paying attention to people's behavior. I started being more observant, like, because I was already quiet, so why not add observation to that, right? I noticed people often made disqualifying statements toward me about them. First, I used to take them personally, but yeah, like what disqualifying statements means in psychology is comments that someone makes about themselves that subtly downplay their own value, attractiveness, or eligibility, yeah, in relation to the other person. And it can be played off as a joke, y'all. And I used to didn't understand sarcasm or jokes very well. You know what I'm saying? I was very socially, like, very, like, a social leper almost. But because I study psychology sometimes, as I often had, like, in my young adulthood all the way till now, I realized that they may have been actually disqualifying themselves, assuming that I may reject them because of their own insecurities. So I accepted this as a temporary belief in order to put it into experimentation, right? So I was behaving as if I was being helpful to them, right? And that, you know, in turn, kind of, in those moments, helped me become confident. But most people have insecurities, so it most likely was true that some or many assumed that I wouldn't accept them. And my mousy, quiet behavior, likely unintentionally on my part, confirmed their assumptions of the rejection that I was potentially doing toward them, right? Realizing this helped me to, because like once I experimented and went through with it, like I got really good results and feedback. So this helped me to eventually permanently shift my perspective, like change my way of thinking. Instead of seeing comments and criticism, instead of seeing them as comments or criticism, I saw them as signs of others' insecurities, and it triggered my desire to be helpful, that nature that I have to be helpful, which led me to being confident. It is within that perspective that through all my gifts and passion and purpose that I eventually grew my confidence. So, no Bible verse for today, even though I did read my Bible last night and I feel like amazing today. That's one of my things that I do to, you know, feed my spirit, as I've said previously. And yeah, so I'm not going to give a Bible verse for today, but I hope that was helpful and short, sweet, and to the point. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day.